everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with another Stitch With Me. I'm going to do this alternative reality. It's artwork by Josephine Wall and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. As you can see, it's absolutely stunning. Now, just a word of warning, all three of my cats are in because it's late in the day. It's 6:30. I've had quite a busy day today and I thought, well, you know what, I'll get everything done, and this evening I'll sit down and do a bit of a Stitch With Me. I've still got that random crazy bird banging out the window as well. So with like the cats and the bird and the air conditioning in the other room, you're just gonna have to bear with. I'm so sorry for all the sound effects that you might you might be honoured to listen to. So yeah, the cats have come in. I like to get them in between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, but I'm gonna try and see if I can smash out an hour of this, you know, rather than just sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and get some decent stitches on it. So I've brought them in early. They have been fed, but I always have a conversation with my black cat because it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It could be pitch black outside. As soon as he's had his dinner, he wants to go back out again, and he can't because it's dark. So I like them all to be in. So without further ado, I'm going to get myself set up and we will get going. I think we are ready to go. So I tried this yesterday and it's having a little bit of a nightmare. Basically, when I went to edit the video, my big fat head was everywhere. So for that reason, I have decided to redo this one again. Hoping that this one is going to be better. So here goes. I'm going to try and not get my big fat head in it this time. Honestly, what a nightmare. So, as you can see, I've got quite a few parked threads. I do apologise if the frame moves a lot. I'm trying, I really hope it doesn't, but the thing is this frame is so not sturdy, and what happens is when I move, or I move just, you know, the thread coming through, it just pulls, you know, the frame off from, you know, I'm scratching my leg now and you can see the whole thing is moving, see? I mean, that's just how it is. So I'm going to do my best and see how it goes. I apologise for everything moving around. It's really not my fault. I've got the air conditioning off because also yesterday I had the air conditioning on and it was just such loud white noise in the background. So, I mean, it is now 3:20. We are at mid 80s, which is about 30-ish degrees UK. So it's warm, so I'm going to try and do as much of this as I can without dying, basically, of heat stroke. So these here were left yesterday because I didn't really want to keep turning it over, and I'm going to do the same today. I'm just going to leave those because obviously when I flip my frame over, it's just a bit of a nightmare. It, you know, moves everything. So right, let's go. Okay, so 4 is 310. I hope you can see this okay. Oh, I didn't realise my needle's bent. Okie dokie. So, it is, oh, sorry, that was me. I'm going to see if I can move it towards me a little bit, which means I then need to, oh, wrong way. Bear with. Okay, is that better? Does that look kind of semi-straight? Right, let's go. I'm going to see if I can do at least an hour of this time. I did about an hour and a bit yesterday, and obviously that was a bit of a car wreck, so that didn't end up getting uploaded. I couldn't believe it. I was halfway through it and I was like, oh my goodness me, why is my head showing like halfway through? And I think what it is that I didn't have this close enough to me and I kept leaning over to see. Hang on, bear with. So you're definitely in the right place, but I don't know what you're doing there, because you clearly don't belong there. Do you look like a 938? I reckon you look like a 938. Okay, so what is new with me? Work is busy, which is great. Got a few new clients on my books. Yesterday I had no clients, which was nice. So I had an accounting day because obviously I need to do that side of my business as well. Went to the bank in the morning, and then in the afternoon, afternoon I was doing my accountancy, and then in the afternoon we rode, which was nice. It's nice to ride in the evening, like, you know, sort of late afternoon, early evening, because it's a bit cooler. And where I've got so many trees in my property, they provide quite a lot of shade. So my horse was fantastic, really, really good as gold. Today she had the farrier, and I'm not really too sure, to be honest. I don't really know what it is about farriers in this country. They have to go through 4 years of schooling in the UK. I mean, it's not a light thing being able to work on a horse's feet, and it seems to be that, you know, you're lucky if a farrier's even certified, let alone fully qualified, out here. And the farrier that we had, which it seems to be, is only certified. Which means that, well, I don't know really. My horse is severely footsore today, like she's hopping lame. He only trims her feet. I mean, it's not rocket science. And I went on a light walk after, and I said to like the girl that was with me, does my horse look off from behind? Because she felt differently. You know, she felt different. And the thing is if you've ridden a horse for a long time, and I've ridden my horse for over 10 years, and then suddenly her gait changes or something doesn't feel right or it feels off, you can pick up on that real quick. So she's like, no. And I was like, right, okay. So I carried on stupidly. I should have just got off my horse. I should have just realised, right, no, she doesn't feel right. Whether she looks funny or not, she doesn't feel right. She feels off. So I should have just got off her and then walked her back to the field. No, I didn't. I carried on. It was only a 20-minute walk. And then I got her back, and when I was taking her down to take her tack off, her right hind was, you know, for one, she was resting it a lot, you know, when she put it down, and two, when she was walking, she was picking it up, like really elevating her step, and which just is not normal. I mean, that's not normal behaviour. So I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. I think she's got a bruised sole. My horse doesn't have shoes. She's completely barefoot, but she has been barefoot for 10 years. And she's got really good feet. They are strong and, you know, taken care of. So it's not an issue. And at the end of the day, they're only walking on grass. It's not like she's walking on a road, so it's soft landing, you know. And we only did walk. So the fact that she's presenting really lame right now is annoying me. I don't have any butte because I don't really know any vets here. I've got a vet, but they're ridiculously expensive. So unless my horse is dying, I don't tend to get the vet out. I mean, dying or in pain, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to see her in pain, but I think she just needs to rest that foot. So I'm not going to ride her tomorrow. She can have the day off. and she can rest her foot. I'm hoping by later she'll feel a bit better. I did hose it off, you know, stand there for 10 minutes hosing her foot to see if it can bring down some of the inflammation. But no, she's a bit of a sore little body today. Bless her. I feel so bad. I feel so awful and so guilty that I should have just known. I should have just got off her. But a few days, I'm sure she'll be right as rain. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? And I guess it's one of those things about knowing your horse as well, what feels right and what doesn't. Oh gosh, I thought that was my fridge freezer making a weird noise then. There's a plane outside. So for the last couple of days, my fridge freezer has been making a really weird noise, like a really loud fan noise. And I read up online that there was probably quite a lot of ice build up. So this morning, I was de-icing my refrigerator to get rid of some of the excess ice. So everything came out, went into a black bag. And then I kind of defrosted my freezer. I didn't want to turn the whole thing off because I still had lots of stuff in my fridge and I didn't want to have any of that perishing. So I left my freezer open so it could just, you know, defrost on its own merit in its own time. I'm just making sure that you're not getting a big fat head shot. I couldn't believe it. Oh, so gutted. You know what? It wasn't just the once though. It wasn't like I could cut it out. It was a bit, and then it was a bit more, and then it was like halfway through the video, and then it was, you know, towards the end of the video, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's too much to cut out, especially when you are talking at the same time. So I was like, right, ditch it, get rid of it, start again. But I did keep the intro from yesterday, so that's all done. So I'm hoping that I just need to whack this on my editing and stuff, and then I can get this on YouTube. Now, I did also have an issue getting the video over from my phone to my laptop because the data cable was not working. That was kind of intermittent. So I had to go and get a new data cable this morning. So before the ferry arrived at 10 o'clock, I was running over to Walmart to get a data cable. God, I feel like it's really hot now. One of my cats is sat up on my chest of drawer things. No, not chest of drawers, it's like those Kallax things, and right where the window is, but he's in the cool at the moment because he's not in the sun. But it's starting to get really hot in here now. Really, really hot. Oh, hang on. Oh, do you know what I'm doing? Oh, man. Do you know what I've done? I've done everything that was supposed to be 938 as 310 because I'm an absolute bloomin' wally. Oh, I bet you were all literally screaming, weren't you? You're doing the wrong colour, you're doing the wrong colour. Oh, what an absolute lemon. I was going to say something else then, but I don't know if there's children watching. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. So we're off to a good start then. Was this I'm not hot enough? This is just like maybe way, way, way hotter than I need to be. Oh, I'm such a complete idiot. Okay. Wow, I cannot believe I actually did that. That's what happens, people, when you don't pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing. What else is coming out? Hang on. I think there's this one, but is it? Oh, bloody hell. Where else is it? Maybe that one? Yeah, okay, that one first. Oh, I've got that bloody bird still, by the way. That's what that tapping noise is. Oh, come on. Don't be an idiot. Oh, just drop my needle. Bugger it. Bear with. Oh, no, found it. I don't know why you were looking at me like that, cat. Just give me a break, mate. Okay, maybe this one. Oh, man. Jeez. I'm such a douche. Right. Luckily, I wasn't 3 hours into a video. Ha ha ha. Right, where else are you? Down here. Okay. Oops. And then your next. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. Right, and then okay, I've got a feeling. I have a feeling. You got a feeling that that's it. Start again. Start again. Can't thread my needle now. There we are. Right, okay, you need to come out of there because that is definitely not your home. Bear with, guys. I'm just making sure that I've frogged where I'm supposed to frog. Stop moving. Driving me nuts now. Okay, I don't know if that's right, but I'm just going to go with it. Right, okay, so black is but under that grey bit. Okay, that's fine. So that's been done. Bird, you need to do one. Drive me nuts, man. Okay. Right. Okay, so hosed. Okay, right. I'm on a roll now. We're cooking with gas. Okay. 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 So yeah, yesterday I also had absolutely disgusting nails. I'm like really disgusting. I had a wedding on Saturday and I've painted my nails. I had painted my nails white to go with my toenails, to go with my silver bag, my silver sandal, like high shoes, and my I wore a royal blue dress. I mean, it was beautiful, and the wedding was beautiful, but I think I put myself in it like massively. So in the UK, weddings are like excuses for massive piss-ups. As you know, the Brits are hugely into their alcohol consumption, way, way, way more than America. And I think my brother's wedding started at like 12, and then at 4 a.m. the staff were kicking us out because they wanted to go home. And this wedding started at 6 p.m, which was nice because it was, you know, we are now in June, so it's warm. And I went, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm hitting everything right now. I went in, like after the ceremony, we had, you know, the reception, which was indoors and everything, which is fine. And I went to a lady who works there and I said, excuse me, ma'am, where's the bar? I mean, I was driving, so I was only going to have like a glass of champagne, you know, a small one, nothing huge. And she was like, oh, there is no bar. I was like, no bar? What do you mean there's no bar? She was like, oh, no, the bride and groom has requested that there's no alcohol at this wedding. And I was like, whoa, okay. A bit random. I mean, they are super, super religious, and that's probably got everything to do with it. But it was just a bit of a shock. I've never been in a wedding. I've never been to a wedding, and I've been to many weddings, anywhere that is dry, no alcohol. But you know what? I respected their wishes and went with it. And I said, so what do you serve there drink wise? You know, not obviously alcoholic, but drink. And she's like, well, we have iced tea, sweet tea, lemonade or water. And so I felt like I'd just walked into a kid's party, like a kid's birthday party. It was bizarre. I was like, okay, I don't like tea. I only drink hot tea. I don't like the taste of tea. Well, that's not got milk in it and everything, which is odd if I live out here. I don't like tea. So I just was like, okay, I'll have a water then. And the lemonade was way too sweet for me. I can't deal with the sweet tea, like the sweet drinks. It was so sweet. It was pink lemonade, and it was just like sugar. It was like drinking glucose. So I stayed on water all night, and that's what I drank. But I say all night, I left at 8:30. Everyone was leaving, but I needed to get back for my animals anyway, because I've got the horses to sort out. And I had 2 cats in, and the other one decided it wasn't going to come in. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I wanted to get back before it got dark. And could I find this bloody cat? Oh man, I was out there, I was screaming for him. I was, this is Rascal Mind, calling him every hour on the hour. I went out with, you know, his food. He's got like a metal food bowl. And screaming for him. Wasn't listening to anything I was saying. Yeah, just like nothing. Anyway, I eventually stopped looking for him at about 4:30 in the morning, after I was so worried, so sick. I was like literally throwing up. You know, for me, I just went into massive panic mode. And when I go into panic mode, my body just, it gets really, really sick. It's just something that happens. I can't control it. And I couldn't sleep. I felt, this whole feeling of nausea if I dropped off. I dropped off for like probably 15 minutes at a time. I left my door open, but so I've got kind of door, I've got an internal door, which is like a mesh door, and then I've got an external door. So I left the external door open in case I heard him, coming back and meowing, and I wanted to be here I wanted to hear him. So none of the air conditioning was on, so I could hear him. Anyway, I thought, right, I'll get to the morning and he'll probably be there waiting for me for breakfast and stuff. Nope, he wasn't. By this time I'm really panicking, thinking, where the hell is he? Because he's never done this before. So I'm ringing around all my neighbours, and I don't really have neighbours because, I've got 70 acres and my closest neighbour is, you have to drive there. So in my head I'm thinking, right, just sod it, just, give him a message, say, look, cat's gone missing, can I just go and check your property? They're not there at the moment anyway, they're building a house, so. And they were fine, no skin off their nose. She was like, yeah, fine, no problem. Anyway, went round there, calling him. I went round all of their property, the whole lot. And calling him, nothing. Then I went towards, there was like a load of trucks. And I went towards the trucks, not thinking anything of it, and then called him, and I just heard this meow. And I was just like, what? And then I heard this meow. When I called him again, that doesn't sound like him. He's got a completely different meow, but it was a meow that I recognised. And then his head popped out of this truck, this like rundown truck that had no windows. And he literally was just sat inside this truck like nothing had happened. Little shit. So then I put him in my car because obviously I didn't want to lose him again. So I didn't want to walk him home, and I had my car anyway because I had to drive over there. And he got back, and then I let him out, and he came in. He was really thirsty and really hungry, bless him. And then I put on Facebook, because I put a shout on Facebook saying that he disappeared. That, right, I found the little bugger, now I'm going to kill him. And then laughy faces, like jokingly. Of course I'm not going to kill my cat. And then I got reprimanded by Facebook for saying I was going to kill something. Okay. So yeah, I got a 24-hour warning. I was just like, oh, for goodness sake, people, for goodness sake. But it is what it is. I completely forgot about that. I didn't even think about it before I said I'm going to kill my cat. So yeah, that happened. But yeah, it is what it is. So I've had a pretty busy couple of days. I had one lady on Wednesday. Then I had 3 on Thursday. Doing their horses. 2 people lived next door to each other, which was handy, and one was just 5 minutes up the road, the other one. And then next week I've had a lady ask me if I would go to Atlanta. Now ordinarily I wouldn't, because it's about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, but I had another lady ask me if I would go to Loganville to do 2 of her horses. So I said yes, because it's 38 minutes up the road. And then I thought, well, why don't I message the other lady that got in contact with me, who I know quite well, and I'll tell you how in a second, to say, look, I'm going to be in Loganville anyway. If you can get sort of more than a few horses together, then it makes it worth my while going up there. It's another hour out my way. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll see what I can do. So anyway, I got a message from her saying, yeah, I've got 2 more people. I was like, great, you know, that's 2 in Loganville, and that's 3 in Atlanta. And then I got another text from her saying, oh, another girl wants to join. Can you do her horse as well? Oh, sorry, I'm moving it everywhere. And I was like, at this point I'm doing 5 horses in one day, which is quite a lot on me physically, because horses are, you know, their muscle structure is much, much, much bigger and stronger than humans. So I said to her, oh, and then she said, oh yeah, and then there's another 2 others. And I was like, okay, this is getting to a point now where I'm probably not going to be able to do all of you. However, it would be a shame if I could only do some of you and not the rest of you. So I said, look, because, you know, it's a pretty decent, there's a decent amount of people, I will come up on another day, maybe the day after or the next day, and I will do the other 3 horses or 4 horses. So now I've got 4 horses to do on the next day, and I'm doing 5 horses on the day before. But I mean, it's quite good. I mean, you know, $100 a pop for a massage, a sports massage session, that's, you know, it's not bad going. So when I have days where I haven't got any clients, it doesn't really bother me, because, you know, sometimes days like that where I'm in a barn, it can make up for everything, and also it gives me more stitchy day. I mean, realistically it should be more accounting day, but it doesn't often work. But yes, so after my session yesterday, after doing the Stitch With Me yesterday, I decided, I said that I was going to have a nice cool iced glass of Pinot Grigio, because that's what I drink. And actually the one that I drink is from Aldi, and it's called the Winking Owl or something, and it's absolutely lush. Do you know what? Kid you not, it's $3.45 a bottle. And it's such a nice glass of bottle of wine. For that, I didn't even think anything of it. My dad bought it, and he was like, when he was here, he was like, oh, just see like how this is. Not all cheap wine is crap. I was like, okay, well, in my experience, all cheap wine is crap, but, you know, we'll go with it. And so he bought it, and then he didn't even tell me how much it was first, because he didn't want it to be biased. He was like, what do you think about this? It's a new bottle of wine I got from Aldi. And I was like, oh, it's actually quite nice. And he said, yeah. He said, it is nice, isn't it? And he said, it's $3.45 from Aldi. And I was just like, you what? And he said, $3.45 from Aldi. And I was just like, Okay, you can come again. So anyway, the point to the story is, after I said that, I did open said bottle and had said wine, and then I threw it all over my cross stitch. I'm not sure how I did that, but somehow it fell out of my hands and went all over Alternative Reality. But luckily it was white wine, not red wine, so I don't have any lasting effects, which is good. So it's nothing stained, which is grand. Absolutely grand. Okay. See, the problem with doing a chat and stitch is that I never know what to say. I never know what to talk about. I mean, you've probably all been bored to, you know, about my business, and, you know, no one wants to know anything about, no one's interested, Holly, about what's going on with your life, to be honest. So I totally get that. So it's like, what do you talk about then? I am going to do a half whip and chat, a half whip parade, a half year whip parade, which will be good. I mean, I tell you what would be good, to see like where I am with my projects like now. So that would be good to see. See if I can cut this without, okay, we're good. Right, it's now 32 degrees in here, which is about 86, 84, 85, something like that. So I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to feel the heat. I'm surprised that my cat isn't melting over there, but they seem to love the heat. Even when it's really hot, they will sit in the sun because they're just crazy. But I feel like I am melting a little bit. But it is what it is. It's okay. I'm just going to carry on. Well, okay. I am clearly just going to carry on doing what I'm doing, because I was going to actually park my thread, but I didn't end up doing that. Right, bear with, because I don't want to end up going wrong. I find it difficult multitasking. Even though I'm a woman, I do find it difficult multitasking. I haven't even eaten anything today. I'm surprised my stomach isn't like going blah, 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 all over the place. You alright over there? Garfield, you okay? You're not dying yet? And bird's not annoying you anymore, is it? Because you just don't really care about it. He does not care about that bird anymore. At the beginning, he was all over it, and he was like attacking the window, but now he's just boring. He's bored now. Bless him. So the sun, because I've got no insulation in my windows and I've got no insulation in the walls, that's just a camper for you. Actually, do you know what I could do? I might be able to open the fridge, because the fridge is right. I don't know whether I if everything in there would perish. Oh, that's nice and cool. I'm wondering if that's going to be a good idea to keep the fridge open, because I'm sat next to my fridge. But I'm probably not, actually, because everything in there is probably going to end up getting really warm. But it's the only thing I miss about working in the restaurant trade. Literally the only thing. When I, years ago, is that when it was really, really hot, because we didn't have air conditioning. Nothing really at home has air conditioning. And when it got really hot, we used to go stand in the walk-in fridge. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So amazing. So amazing. Right everyone, apologies for that. My phone died. It's actually overheated and then everything went off. So I'm not sure if this is going to look the same as the first half, and for that I apologise. But this is kind of where we are right now. So okay, yeah, I just had to put my phone in the fridge for a bit to kind of cool it down. I'm just gonna stick that there. Yeah, probably phone overheating's not good. Not good at all. I don't know what's going on with my pattern keeper. Okay, so let's do the 938 as we were kind of on a roll with that anyway. Okay. I took the opportunity to have a bit of food as well whilst we had that short break, only because I felt that my stomach was rumbling, and I didn't want it coming across. The whirring in the background is the air conditioning in the bedroom. It's just got so hot in here. The cat needs to go and cool down because he's overheating as well. So, and it's also helping a little bit keep the temperature down in this room as well. Not by much, but it's doing a little bit. Okay. So what is that then? Right, that's obviously not been done. So I need to do that one. So what I might do, guys, is I might just do another like 20 minutes of this, and then call it a day. And then next time I do a stitch with me, I might make sure that I do it in the morning so that it's a lot cooler, because it's just crazy. I mean, we're in the summer now, so summer's killing slightly because it's so hot and so humid. And like I said in my earlier video, I have no insulation, so I've got no window insulation, I've got no wall insulation. There is just no insulation in a camper. So when it is freezing cold outside, it's freezing cold inside, and when it's boiling hot outside, it's boiling hot inside as well. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay. I don't like that I don't know whether it's going... Oh, what the hell was that? Bear with. I mean, I've got a fan that's above me that's doing absolutely nothing. It's literally just throwing around warm air. So that's boiling hot. I don't like the fact that it keeps going out of, what do you call it? Focus. I don't think that happened before, and that's starting to annoy me now. Oh, stop moving, please. Maybe it's when I linger too long I don't know. Oh, but I can definitely feel the heat in here. And my tarantula's come out as well, so she's like up against the wall. Up against the wall? No. She's up against her terrarium and she's just like, I'm melting. So I know it's hot in here because she never comes out of her hide unless she is like dying of heat stroke. So I know it's hot in here. But I've just misted her enclosure and gave her some extra water, and she's actually sat in her water bowl right now. So she's really warm, bless her little heart. My horse hasn't been here in the middle of summer before. She arrived in October, so this is going to be a little bit of a culture shock for her, little babe. But they do have a field shelter. Oh man, I feel like I've already done another mistake. Honestly, this is what happens when you get hot. You can't concentrate. So I need to do another line of that. And for now, I'm just gonna forget that there was a mistake there and carry on. I'm supposed to have done 500 on 500 stitches on this month, and I don't feel like I'm anywhere near it. So yeah, bit odd really. I feel like I need to just sit down and do a load of stitches, like a couple of hundreds, maybe 300, and then I'll be all right. But I am half hot. Okay. I don't know why my pattern keeper's gone all funny at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna park this one there because I've got loads of other threads, and I'm going to see if I can potentially do any of these up here. We'll see. Okie dokie. Is that 938? This one looks like 938. Right, bear with 1 second. I just need to untangle all these threads. 1 second. It's hard to do when it's boiling hot. For goodness sake, come on. It's too hot for this. They don't normally get tied up like this. Okay. Right, you can go in that direction and you can go in that direction. What is that? You. Okay. We'll stick with the plan. 938. Bear with 1 second. That doesn't, oh, that looks like 779. That's 938. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's so warm in here. I'm definitely never doing another stitch with me in the afternoon. This is like hellish. It's so hot. You're hot, baby. Why don't you go in the other room? There's air conditioning in there. Talking to him like I think he understands me, because he just doesn't. Garfield. Garfield. Why don't you go in the bedroom, baby? The air conditioning's on in there. No? Okay. I promise you the next stitch with me will stitch with me. Tell you what, you couldn't write this stuff. Now it just came up with a, do you want to install? No, I don't want to bloody install anything. I want you just to record my video, please. I'm going to give it 10 more minutes and then I am going to call it a day, because this is clearly not working today. And I am melting. Melting, melting. I don't want my phone to go off again. This is the problem with recording with a phone rather than recording with proper recording equipment. Bit of a nightmare. Might go and check on my horse in a minute to see if she's okay, because it's very hot out there for them. I wish she had like a big horse pond or a big horse pool that she can just dive into and just chill out in the cool. But she doesn't, unfortunately. So let's talk about storage for a bit, because I know this sounds like madness, but I feel like I'm going a little bit towards wanting to bobinate everything again, because I just feel like, you know, from a storage perspective, it's a lot easier to store them. But it's also, I know that they're time consuming. It's also, I feel so much more organized with them, and you know, with where they've got all like the DMC numbers on as well. I just find it easier to find what I'm looking for. Now everyone has seen the storage system that I've got with regards to the hanging things in my clear boxes, and then they've all got 2x8 bags on little tiny 1-inch ring binders. Now that's kind of working right now, and also it works with having them bobinated too. But I am looking at going straight to the factory to buy CXC threads rather than buying from England or wherever. There aren't any sellers out here. I do normally get them on AliExpress. However, I'm feeling that I want to buy them from the seller instead, and you know, the manufacturer, sorry, of CXC threads. Now, I'm going to go down. Now, you don't have to buy in bulk, but you have to buy at least a minimum of 1 box, and 1 box is 24, has 24 flosses in them, and I think it sells for like $1.50 for 24 of them, which actually is nothing, is it? So I'm going to try and see if I can average like 50 boxes a month. Now I've got a little bit of money coming in, so like I'm paying myself now. So I can have my own, you know, storage of CXC thread, and I'm never going to run out. But the problem is I've got no space to store anything, and I just don't know what I can store them in, which will allow me space. It's just difficult, really difficult. Now I do have a big office down the bottom that's 2 stories. Upstairs is my office and downstairs is like my dad's workshop, and I guess I could make a really big storage system in there and I could store them in there. That could work, but obviously the office is my equine office, not, you know, in-house office, because obviously I don't have a house. But I guess as long as they're behind closed doors, no one's really going to know, are they? And it's not like I'm going to be stitching in the day. I'm going to be stitching in the evening, and if I need anything, you know, I'll write a list, you know, the night before and say, right, next time you walk up, make sure that you pick up these flosses because you need them for your project, or, you know, whatever, and I can do it discreetly. But it gives me a good space to, you know, keep all my floss and threads down there, which is great. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Okay. I don't want to go too crazy, so I'm going to park at 1. And then what else we got here? 4. Okay. Okay. Yeah, my tarantula is actually completely and utterly immersed herself in her water bowl now. She's hot. So I'm gonna get to like another sort of 5 minutes on here, folks, and then I need to put the air conditioning on because my kids are all suffering a bit. I don't really care that I'm suffering, but I don't like my animals to suffer, and they are really hot because it's a really warm day today. And I promise you the next stitch with me that I do will be much, much better, and it will be on my dahlias, which would be lovely. My dahlias, which I cannot wait to start. I think I'm going to do that on 20 count 1/1 because I do love the feel of and I like how the project looks with 1/1 on 20 count as well. All the crosses look really nice and neat, and they sit next to each other, and the coverage is really good, especially with CXC threads. I don't know if the coverage is overly great with DMC, but most certainly with CXC the coverage is really good on 20 count 1/1. Okay. You up there. I really want to get a decent amount done on this. I'm hoping that next time that you see a video and I'm doing this one, I really want it to be, you know, to show a huge amount, 1, 2, of difference. One, two, down one. Right folks, I think I'm going to leave it there. I know it's not ideal, I apologise, but I can't risk this blooming camera going off, and my kiddly winks are a little bit hot today. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Apologies for all of the nightmare situations I've had with the video and everything switching off, and my phone just overheated, and then it was like, I can't cope. So it overheated and basically switched itself off. So I had to put it in the fridge to cool down and enough so that I could turn it back on and start recording again. But like I said, I promise you next video will be much better, more organised. Apologies for the humming in the background with that air conditioning, but I need something. It's like 32 degrees in here and 85, something like that, 84, so it's pretty toasty. So thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers guys, bye.